Alright, today is the first video that I am actually taking a suggestion from one of the comments. So I remember one of the comments told me to look at the Tenet Arca Plasmor, a really nice weapon that a lot of people are obsessed with, and a weapon that was a fan favorite from way back when the original Arca Plasmor got released, and it was incredibly broken back then, before it got nerfed by, well, a lot. And now we're back to regular, really strong Tenet Arca Plasmor. Arguably back to the glory of the normal Arca Plasmor, what it used to be. So with the build that I'm gonna show you after, this is like a regular hunter munitions build. That's this. Now I use Ardaza when I play the Arca Plasmor to force these orange crits, and in a normal mission you may see some red crits as well, because my Wisp also has an Arcane Avenger. So we get 100% extra crit from that, and we are boosted by a lot. So this is the build. It has a Riven mode, just like most of my guns. Not the greatest. I would ideally want crit chance, projectile speed, and multishot on this, and then the same negative that I have, which is process recall. But here's the thing. We're missing a key component to this build. I didn't just test this with my build. This is the average build everyone would have, most likely with a primed Ravage right here, or a primed Cleanse Glinier. Either one works perfectly fine. So, what gives? What do I change here exactly on my build? Well, I use a mod that is memed by a lot of people. That's right. I use Vicious Spread. Now, why would you use Vicious Spread, you may ask? Well, if we shoot the Plasmor, we're gonna see that we have two projectiles that are being shot forward. When we strafe, there is a chance that these projectiles might start dimming away. So sometimes we clearly see two, but most of the time we just see one. Now, if we add Vicious Spread instead, we're gonna see that when we shoot, we can clearly now see the second projectile because the shots are randomly generated. Now there were 3 projectiles, for example. So your question may be, why would you want that? Well, simple. More AoE. In the same fashion that Ogris gets more AoE if you add hammer shots, this gun gets more AoE if you add Vicious Spread. As you see, a lot more people get hit. There is no way without Vicious Spread I hit these people over there. And even if I just stand here and shoot forward, I'm hitting people on the side because of the ricochet. And generally it can go pretty crazy. Especially in corridors where there is a ceiling, so that if a bullet goes upwards, it also ricochets off the ceiling. So it is quite strong on this, and you may say, okay, but you didn't kill anyone. Well, I don't have any buffs this time, so I do this. Obviously, this is now a different story. So you see, our damage didn't really drop almost at all. We still killed them in roughly 2 shots. But now we have more AoE. And people that do play the Arca Plasmor a lot know the power of this mod right here. And the fact that you probably should not use Prime Point Black or Blaze. Blaze is fine if you want to go hidden Herod, but usually Hunter Munitions is just a better option, to be honest. Like, you could in theory do this in Prime Charge Cell on the left to get corrosive radiation heat, but Hunter Munitions is better. So, the last thing that I want to show is Zephyr, because as we see, normally the projectile doesn't hit the wall there, but with Jetstream, we can get an insane amount of projectile speed, and therefore the actual projectile reaches way further. In practice, if I have the correct kavad as well, Good, refuel energy. In practice, with Tempo as well, especially against normal enemies, we can do a lot of nice stuff, as you can clearly see. Zephyr in general, a very broken frame, but with Plasmor, the Plasmor synergies with Zephyr are absolutely ridiculous. So, can easily orange crit whenever you use an Ardaza Kavat buff and run Arcane Tempo and get crazy amounts of damage on the tornadoes. Generally, Zephyr just becomes completely overpowered. And if you want, you can also hop on this build right here that I have. You can remove narrow-minded maybe, but I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe you could remove, I don't know, stretch. But I think you need it. Yeah, I would remove narrow-minded, add some kind of duration, or remove fleeting expertise, add some kind of duration or efficiency here, and then put the other augment for her too to increase damage per enemy hit, and then you can also do this and get insane amounts of damage. So, honest to God, Zephyr, every one of her augments is really good. Her build is very cheap because all you do is just press 3 and hold 1 and boom, now you survive forever. You're also really fast with Jetstream augments. Your projectile speed is nuts even without stacked Galvanize mode. If we do stack the Galvanize mode, this can go crazy. Like, stacking the Galvanize mode makes this super strong. Now, you see the Galvanize mode stacked? And this suddenly becomes a sniper. Like, it ricocheted off that wall and reached here as well. That's how big the range is on this thing. The good thing about Vicious Spread as well is, if you want AoE, you just hip fire. But hip firing has a small mechanic where sometimes the bullets won't go straight. Or most of the time. If you want at least one bullet to go straight, if you aim, one bullet will almost always go straight, allowing for some consistency, essentially. So, in an actual normal mission that we're gonna say now, this setup with Zephyr, Plasmor, and all that stuff is incredibly broken. Another really strong setup is with Mag. Mag can bypass Vicious Spread as well and go for more damage, which allows for level cap runs with Mag pretty easily since the weapon ricochets of itself. But generally, I think, in my opinion, Zephyr is way more fun because Mag just presses 2, shoots Plasmor, and repeats that all over and over again. Zephyr, you just stand in the air, move around, become literally a god. It's, I don't know, I find it more fun. You may say it doesn't sound very fun. I personally find it more fun than Mag. But Mag can also work with us with this Arca Plasmor really well. So you see, even without any kind of tornadoes going on, you can see how stupid this is, and don't need to aim, just randomly kill everything. We just go to this room and just shoot. You see projectiles flying up there, you see projectiles flying to the other room. And the damage is good, generally. Damage always does good. So yeah, this is kind of my iteration of the Arca Plasmor. And where I would use it personally on a mission. It used to be one of my favorite weapons back when the normal Arca Plasmor was pretty much a godlike weapon, when the lens was also meta and it would kill you instantly. But, I mean, I don't know. Right now, it is still very strong, and kindly reminder that my Riven has a damage with near Riven mode, so this is essentially with one mode missing. I don't know. I think there is a lot of praise for Arca Plasmor for a good reason. There is not many synergies, unfortunately, on this gun compared to other guns. Zephyr and Mag are really the only two ones that you can do. But I like this Vicious Spread setup a lot. I like having more AoE because usually one of your bullets will kill the enemies, and more AoE never hurts, especially in titles like the Grenier Asteroid, the Void, and all that. It's very rare that this won't hit you. Also, you saw how I hit that guy over there? That was very fun. I don't know, it's just more AoE. More AoE equals more fun for me. You guys might disagree. You may say, okay, you're stupid for using Vicious Spread. I don't care. The first time I saw this was from Porphy, a popular Warframe YouTuber that does fashion frame videos mainly. At some point when the Plasmor got released, he experimented with the setup and some mods on it. So how punch through works, where you could punch through walls and you didn't have infinite punch through enemies, and then he added Jetstream. But now that the weapon itself ricochets of all, you don't want punch through, you actually want punch through to be gone. So you can just chill with Vicious Spread, Zephyr, and go ham. So honestly, really fun to do this. And yeah, good damage. So Plasmor Zephyr, really fun. Go try it out. I'm sure you will like it a lot. Add Vicious Spread, give it a try at least before throwing any judgment to it, because you don't really need that much more damage. This is why many YouTubers are adding ammunition modes to the Arca Plasmor so they can just shoot more bullets before needing to reload. But, you know, generally, this is fun.